You are your brain. That's a funny old thing to say, I know, but you are your brain. Now, of course, the brain and the body combined is what we call a human being, which is what you are as a whole. But you are your brain in the sense that everything which makes you you stems from your brain. Because the major organs of the body can be transplanted. And you can still be you. Limbs could be lost. And you could still be you. But if your brain was to become severely damaged, or for some reason if your brain was to be removed, there'd be no you. Now look, technically, if your brain was to become severely damaged, there could still be you, but you would be brain damaged, which means you might not operate in conventional ways. Do you see all this? So you are your brain. Now look, throughout the course of this video, when I use the word seeing, I'm not just talking about a visual seeing. Throughout the course of this video, when I use the word seeing, I'm using the word seeing in the sense of perception as a whole. Now, the brain is the sensory organ which perceives. And the fascinating thing is, not only can you, because you are your brain, not only can you perceive physical sensory perceptions, the brain also has the ability to perceive its own operation, meaning the activity of thought, which to me is absolutely fascinating. Now look, you might be wondering, what exactly is it you could see that changes the brain, changes you? Well, I'm suggesting this. Look, thought reacts to itself. So any reaction to thought is the reaction of thought. Feelings are the byproduct of thought. Feelings in the sense of anger, anxiety, depression, fear, happiness, excitement. All these feelings are the byproduct of thought. Thought plays many different roles. Many different roles. You are thought. You are not separate from your thoughts. You are thought. Or even more to the point, you are your brain. And so therefore anything which goes on within the brain and within the body is you. Now look, once you see all this for yourself, if you see all this for yourself, this very insight changes the way the brain operates. Now this seeing, this insight, should and can be a sight for all to see, but it's nothing to be achieved. You have to be careful not to make an achievement out of seeing all this. Look, ultimately all it comes down to is a question. And that question is this: as you go about your daily life, are you paying attention? Attention to what is, which is total attention. And what is means all that can be perceived physically, sensory perceptions, as well as all that goes on inwardly, within yourself, such as the activity of thought, the potential arising of feelings, and feelings in the sense of physical pain or feelings of illness. All this falls into the category of what is. So again, as you go about your daily life, are you paying attention to what is? Now look, this question is certainly not a question to be dwelled upon. That's not how you come upon the answer. The question itself is the answer. Look, if the question really cuts in deep enough, then total attention comes naturally. And in total attention is where you see all of this for yourself. Or in other words, in total attention, you see the whole operation of yourself. Now look, seeing the whole operation of yourself brings about a natural change in your actions, in your reactions, even the nature of thought itself changes. Now, I'm also suggesting that seeing all this consequently makes total attention your new default setting as you go about your daily life. Because, to be perfectly honest, I'd confidently suggest that partial attention is generally our default setting as we go about our daily lives, in the sense that our attention is constantly clouded by thought, which I'd call a functional daydream. Now, look, I'm not suggesting that thought will never ever again cloud your attention as you go about your daily life. I'm not suggesting that, because it will. And at times, it's completely natural and normal to be clouded by thought. But what I'm trying to suggest is that as a result of total attention being your new default setting, as funny as that sounds, as a result of total attention being your new default setting, it's like the brain just naturally dissipates any unnecessary thought. Now look, I could be wrong about all this. I could be genuinely wrong about it, about all of this. I have to be careful that this is not just a case of self-deception, in the sense that I'm deceiving myself, where I've become aware of the whole operation of myself, and as a result I begin thinking about how much I've changed, and that just becomes my reoccurring thought process as I go about my daily life. Because thinking about how much I've changed and an actual genuine change are two completely different things. I don't know if you see that. Now, for the record, I am claiming that I am not deceiving myself, and I'm also claiming that this change has taken place within my brain, within me, in other words, because I am my brain. So yes, in case you was wondering, I am making this claim. So, again, as you go about your daily life, are you paying attention to what is? Live your life and see. All the best. Take care.